Hi, I'm here today to offer you some information about breastfeeding. Every mammal has the ability to provide their newborn with nourishment at the moment of their birth. I want you to leave here today understanding exactly what happens in your body during the act of breastfeeding. I want you to know how it affects you as well as your baby. First, let's learn a little bit about the breast. The breast is a gland, and it consists mostly of connective and adipose tissues. These tissues provide protection to the milk-producing areas of the breast, called alveoli. Alveoli are small clusters of cells that produce milk. During pregnancy and breastfeeding, the areola and the nipple darken, providing a clear target for your nearsighted newborn to latch onto. There are small bumps on the areola that are called Montgomery glands. These Montgomery glands produce oil for lubrication, protection, and they help to clean bacteria from the nipple. After about month 5 or 6 of pregnancy, the breast begins to create colostrum. Colostrum is yellowish in color and thick. It's very low in protein and fat and sugar content, while very high in protein and antibodies. It's best to breastfeed at least 8 to 12 times in the first 24 hours so that the baby can receive as much colostrum as possible and as many antibodies as they can from their mother. These antibodies are passed into the infant through the colostrum in high concentration to provide protection to the baby. They also have a laxative effect and help the baby to pass the first stool, called meconium. After the first 48 to 72 hours, the breast milk begins to change and increase in volume. This new milk is referred to as mature milk. When the baby first begins to nurse, she'll receive foremilk. This is a thin, watery milk and is a bluish tinge in color. It's needed to help quench the baby's thirst. After the baby is nursed for a couple of minutes, your breast will then release hind milk. This hind milk has a consistency similar to cream. It's very high in fat and it helps the baby to gain weight. It also has a very relaxing effect on the baby, and baby usually ends up a little sleepy after nursing this kind of milk, and are sometimes referred to as being milk drunk. This milk is released through your let-down reflex. Let-down reflex is a response of stimuli to the baby sucking. The stimulation of the nerve endings in the nipple and the areola sends signals to the pituitary gland to release oxytocin and prolactin. Prolactin causes the alveoli to take nutrients from your blood supply and turn it into breast milk, while the oxytocin, which is also the same hormone released during childbirth to produce uterine contractions, it will cause the alveoli to contract and send the milk down the milk ducts and out of the breast. This oxytocin also is responsible for postpartum uterine contractions. These contractions are what causes your uterus to go back to its pre-pregnancy size, and it also can prevent postpartum hemorrhage. It also has a very calming effect on the mother and is often referred to as the love hormone. There are some things that can interfere with your letdown reflex, such as your emotional state of mind. If you're feeling angry, frustrated, embarrassed, or fearful or resentful, If there's people around you making negative remarks about breastfeeding, or you're experiencing pain from engorgement or uterine contractions, your letdown may be affected. For good letdown reflex, it's best that you find someplace comfortable to relax, listen to some music, and limit or restrict visitors that may make you feel uncomfortable. If you're having trouble with breastfeeding, it's a good idea to find a good support network of other breastfeeding mothers. It's a miracle. There are some side effects or discomforts associated with the letdown reflex, such as extreme thirst, leaking milk from the other side, a full or achy feeling from the breast, but these side effects usually lessen after the first few weeks of nursing and usually will cease completely. Breastfeeding comes with its own special set of challenges, and while it's a natural function of the human body, it's also a learned activity that both mother and infant must learn together. I think that by offering you this information, you're ready now to go make your own decision for your family. Just know that with the proper support, education, and determination, anything's possible. Thank you.